My friends, hello. Today, let's talk about what a leader can do during uncertain and turbulent times. This is something that I know a thing or two about because I had to lay myself off during COVID as the executive director of a mental health nonprofit after twice securing $3 million. So I am familiar with uncertain and turbulent times. There's 5 things that I do when I'm dealing with something that's really kind of chaotic and challenging and I'm not unsure what I need to do. There's 5 things that I do that help get me aligned so that I can make the decisions that are appropriate for me and those that I'm charged with serving as a leader. The first thing that I do is breathe. This may sound really simple and easy, but actually what's interesting is this is a process. This is a physiological reset that the Navy SEALs use as they are preparing to do some big, heavy-duty Navy SEAL stuff. I use this process with my children as well. When they're overwhelmed or when they're full of anxiety or whatever it may be, we use a process called square breathing. Square breathing is really very simple. All you have to do is breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Hold your breath again for 4 seconds. And do this circuit 4 times. It's called square breathing. When you do this, what happens is it physiologically resets your body. It calms your nerves. This is why the Navy SEALs do it. It's because they have to be able to think very clearly and accurately and make good, sharp, logical decisions, which is what you need to do in uncertain and turbulent times as well. The next thing that I do is I take stock. I really think about what's going on right now. What's going on in my life? What's going on with this challenge that I'm facing? What's going on in my professional world? What's going on in my personal world? And are all these things truly in alignment with my vision for my life? This is something that we need to do when we're facing uncertain times, is we really need to take stock and evaluate this thing that I'm concerned about, this thing that I feel challenged by, this thing that I'm unhappy with, or that I want to go chase after, or whatever it may be. Is it truly in alignment with your personal needs, your personal goals? If, for example, you have become unemployed due to COVID and the first reaction that you have is just go grab another job, I'll tell you right now, that's probably not the most logical thing to do for your long-term career trajectory and your financial well-being. Yeah, you're going to get a paycheck very rapidly as a result of just grabbing whatever the first thing is that you find, but is that job actually going to continue on an upward momentum, or is it actually going to stagnate your career and is it going to just plummet your ability to generate wealth for the rest of your life? Be thoughtful, be intentional, take stock as to what you're doing if this is in alignment with your personal vision. If it's not, now's the time to be really mindful about thinking, what is my personal vision? What do I need? What do I want in my life? The next thing that we need to do is trust ourselves. When you know what your vision is, you trust yourself. That's all you have to do. You have been successful many times in your life. You've been successful many times. Pat yourself on the back right now. You've been successful many times. There's also been a lot of times that you've been less successful than you wanted to be. Plain and simple. That's true. All of these experiences have informed you. You have lots of things that you can do with all these experiences. Think of them as Lego blocks. You can build whatever you want. And facing the challenge that you're dealing with right now, you have all these parts and pieces in your mind and in your experience that you can take them and you can solve the problem that's in front of you. You have within you the power to do this. What's interesting is if we feel like we're standing on the edge of that proverbial cliff, and that's how you may very well feel in uncertain and turbulent times, what's fascinating is when you trust yourself, you're not going to feel like you're falling. You're going to find that you're flying. Next is focus. When you know what you're doing and you've trusted yourself, you need to focus on that and don't let go. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates both one time had dinner together playing a game where they identified words that were attributes, essentially, that helped them to be successful in their lives. And both Warren Buffett and Bill Gates identified the same word: focus. Don't let go of what you're going to do. Focus on it. Hold to it. Make it happen. If it's good enough for 2 of the former richest people in the world, it's probably good enough for you and I. Finally, have appreciation for what's going on. You may feel right now completely overwhelmed, completely distraught, completely in disarray or lost. And it's probably very valid that you feel that way. With these steps, it's going to help to alleviate that. But then what you have the opportunity to do is appreciate the experience that you're facing right now. You get to challenge yourself. You get to challenge the status quo. You get to do whatever the hell you want. Because it's uncertain and turbulent and a problem needs to be solved and you're the one to solve it. You have the parts and pieces. You have the abilities. You have the skills. You have all the things. Right now, what you're doing is you get to solve a really cool problem in a way that's going to serve you and make your life richer and more meaningful. So, as you're facing these big, difficult challenges, whether there's something you're dealing with right now due to COVID or something, other parts of your life, could be your relationships, could be whatever it is, doesn't matter. These 5 tools work regardless. First, breathe. Do that square breathing. Next, take stock. Make sure that you're in alignment with your personal vision. Trust yourself. You've done this before. You can do it again. Focus. Don't let go. If it's good enough for 2 of the richest people in the world, it's probably good enough for us. And finally, have appreciation for the fact that you get to do this. When you do these things, what you'll find is not only are you going to come out of this challenge better than you ever hoped and dreamed, but you're going to feel good about it. You're going to feel empowered about it. And other people are going to look to you and go, oh my God, that's a leader, because that's who you are.